Hey everyone, and welcome to the second film analysis or film essay, if you will. Thank you so much for returning if you are coming back, and if you are new here, hello, hi, and welcome. I am Candice, or Candy, and just to give you a little bit of backstory about me before we jump into the content, I have worked in the animation industry for over a decade now. I am a 3D lead Disney layout artist full-time, and on my spare time, I like to break down film and talk to you guys about the history, the story, the ideas, the directors, which we do a lot of that on my Twitch channel on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays, what we do is we take that footage that we talked about on or I should say the film or the TV show that we talked about on Tuesday, and then we do a more deep dive and do a film analysis and talk about the film structure and the cutting and the things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this type of content, and let's get right into the video. Tonight, we will be talking about The Haunting of Hill House, and I am by far really bad with scary movies or scary TV shows or anything of that nature. But this show was very good. I really quite enjoyed it. There was a lot of things to unpack while watching this TV show, and it is considered one of the scariest Netflix original shows. So one really cool thing before we dive deep into this particular oneer of the episode that I wanted to talk about when it comes to the characters of this TV show. If you guys didn't know, each sibling represents a different stage of grief. So Stephen being the eldest, we're going to start from the eldest to the youngest. So Stephen Crane is denial. Then we have Shirley Crane, who is anger. There's Theo, that's the bargaining. Luke as depression, and then Nellie as acceptance. Now, I find that extremely interesting because when I originally watched this, I actually had no idea. Some other things I wanted to touch upon before we get into anything else. There are some really cool things I wanted to touch upon really quickly before we actually talk about this episode because it is just so cool. The first time I watched it, I was just taken away. So, The Haunting of Hill House, and it's just an exceptional way of filming. The director actually pitched this episode to Netflix originally before any of the other episodes were even conceived or really fully thought out. This was their main pitch to get this show off the ground. And it's just so amazing, just all of the parts that go into making a film like this. It's 55 minutes long with only 5 cuts. Sorry, I've got a couple of notes that I want to make sure I touch upon with you guys for sure. So there is no sound in most of this episode. When we watch it on Monday, you'll see what I mean. So there's almost no sound in this whole episode to really make you feel like you're part of the experience. And so that is also why there are no cuts in this, so that you feel like you're part of the story. The camera mimics also the feeling of movement and spinning around, and that it's in flux, prolong the feeling of uneasiness. So that is another reason why they went with no cuts, because it really gives you this sense of, but I really just want to cut now because this is really scary, or, I don't want to see what they're seeing anymore, but they really make you feel like you're really part of what's going on in this footage. Now, before we actually watch this again in speeded up time, what I wanted to do with you guys is watch this little footage here. So this is shooting of, or kidding, it's season 1. It's a TV show that came out on Showtime a while ago. I'll put this in the Discord as well as down below so you guys can watch the full sequence. This isn't going to be something I'm going to be showing on YouTube, so I'll just leave a link down below, but I'm going to just talk about it really quickly. This is amazing because you can actually see what it takes to do a oneer. That being said, this oneer in particular is only 1 minute and 51 seconds. This episode is critically acclaimed. It's phenomenal. It's so beautiful. So I've sped it up so we can just watch it really quickly and see different things that are happening. Okay, so I'm gonna play it from here. I've turned the sound off because like I always do when we are reviewing these things, I don't like sound on because it really takes away from what we're looking at. So here we go. Go all the way back around and we see that it's his adult kids again. So, you know, they needed to really pop these people in and out really quickly with the kids. The song, right? I know. I know. So, as you can see, we are right in the action of what's going on. And we're back and forth constantly from being here. And look, he even sees his daughter as a child in the casket. Bent neck lady is in the back, which is his adult daughter. And then, you know, he needs to go to the washroom. He goes on over to the bathroom. And while he's going over there, it turns into, you know, Hill House. So the really cool thing, like I was saying, is they filmed this whole set in mind with knowing that they were going to film this episode. And so, you know, we use elements of going around close up on a character to help precede the sense of a cut, and that we can feel that things are changing and it's not just abruptly turning. Another thing that they really do quite well in this episode is we really feel engaged in each and every conversation, and that we track and follow with characters really well in this whole sequence. It's absolutely incredible and smart. You're 100% right in saying that. So these are all the siblings back together, aside from their youngest sister who has passed. And the interesting thing about it is they keep reminiscing on something that happened when they were younger, when there was a storm going on, exactly like the storm that's happening tonight with everyone here. And this episode is called The Storm. And while they were actually filming this, because they wanted to use a lot of actual practical effects, they flooded the stage for Hill House multiple times, which was really interesting. I feel like I don't hear people talk about this when they talk about this show, at least not in my circles. No one's gonna really notice it. Here's the thing. Most people, and look, he's the one that's in denial, right? So he just saw his dead sister, but he doesn't believe it. So he's turning back around and removing himself from the situation. A lot of people aren't going to notice these types of things because this isn't something that you really notice or look out for. I notice it because I work with cinematography each and every day, but this whole thing is just, it's a thing of magic. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we're back at the section that we started with picking up the dad. And like I was saying, so once we go around here, we'll just watch through it again. We see his kids, and then they have to time them out super quickly, and then look, it's the adult kids again, you know. So you need to have enough time to register them, but also enough time to switch out the characters. So it's very, very interesting to see how they shot something like this and really make you feel like you're still engaged, and this is like a medium shot to, you know, a wide tracking shot once he starts going in to see, you know, his dead daughter in the coffin. If you guys really like this kind of footage, don't forget to check out the Discord on Monday evening at 8 p.m. EST. We're going to be watching episode 6 in its entirety because this was only the first 16 minutes that we watched. So I would really like to hang out with you guys and watch something. And I really hope you found that really interesting. If you got this far in the video, definitely put a 1 in the comment section below, since this is practically a oneer. And I hope to see you guys on the studio vlog next week. Bye, guys!